Hello. I hope I'm live, but I never really know. I'm using a new software too, and it's got all these fancy kind of oh, let me check. Oh, I can change my camera. See, fancy things. But I don't know what this works. I literally downloaded a trial this morning, so let's see how we go. But I think I'm live, and I should be live in 2 groups, I think. But usually the first couple of minutes is people coming on board. So I hope I'm live. Oh, it says 6 people on, so I must be. I don't know if I can see comments. I guess we'll see. Oh, I sure am. Okay, great. So I'm using this new software called Ecamm Live, which you can see. It's just a trial. Oh, you can see my sports bra. Anyway, we're all friends here. But Paul used it in the last, in January's masterclass, and I'm like, I want that. So I'm figuring this out as we go. And there's a whole lot of people saying hi. Great. But I don't know if, like, I can't see your name, so I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be rude. And I was supposed to set up a microphone, and you know what? It's not happening. Anyway, we are here for a monthly masterclass. So those of you who don't know, I run a couple of different memberships. So there's obviously Craft Club, but there's also a business membership, which is open to crafting businesses, but also non-crafting businesses, which is nice. And that's touching on my marketing experience, my business experience, but also helping small businesses grow, right? And actually, I've got some news. So I am, how do I say this? Okay. I've been looking for a way to bring coaching to you guys at an affordable rate, right? And it's hard because you kind of have to make it worth your time, and you also have to, like, I want to grow my community. Anyway, long story short, I've been hired as a coach. So I've been hired as a coach for a government-funded program, which means you guys get basically coaching for free. And it's part of a government program that is looking to bring businesses online and use digital marketing to help them, right? So I am really excited to say that I want to invite you guys in. So as I said, the government funds most of the coaching hours, and you get 4 coaching hours with other coaches like myself and other specialists. So there's a coach for SEO, there's a coach for cyber, what's it called? Cyber, I should probably know this. Cyber strength, like cyber security, sorry. I'm a little bit in pain, if I'm completely honest. I've been having back pain, so my mind's a little bit funny. Anyway, all good. So yeah, I've got, if you guys want to join, I'm going to have some more information on it. I'll share it on social soon. But if you want to, please comment on this video and say me for coaching, and I can send you more information. But yeah, essentially it's a government funded program. You only pay like an admin fee, which is less than $50 to join, and you get 4 hours. And you can use that as hours with me or with another coach, or, you know, if you specifically need somebody to help you with a website, for example, you can do that. Or if someone needs, you need help with SEO or cybersecurity, or I don't know, any kind of digital mean that you really want to ask specific questions on, you can book an hour with them. So yes, that's my news, but I'm going to jump straight into this masterclass. So as I mentioned, like, this masterclass is a paid thing. So anybody that is in my business group gets access to this masterclass, but I'm streaming it in my Only the Sweet Stuff Business Crafters group, simply because I want to help you guys. And this information, there's so much noise out there. There's a whole lot of information everywhere, and you don't know really who to listen to, right? So yes, here we go. Now, fancy software. So hopefully you can see my screen. And you can see my Canva Prezzo. How do I do that? Okay, present. Yes. Here we go. So I can't see everybody else, but I think you guys can see my present. Okay, so this class we're going to be talking about Instagram and Pinterest specifically. Now, the last masterclass, which I did a separate free one for you guys in the OTSS Business Crafters group, but we covered social and digital as a whole. And the last couple of months we've covered specific platforms, right? But I know there's a lot of questions, so I want to kind of answer those head on. And a lot of the questions are to do with Instagram and to do with Pinterest, right? So hopefully, and as I go on, if I talk too fast, you know, I get excited, I talk too fast. So just, if I don't see your comment right in the live, I will answer you after when I go through the comments. So feel free to post them there. Okay. What we're going to accomplish today is that we want to understand the role of each platform, right? You can no longer put something on every platform and then expect it to go viral and then it will go and it'll work amazingly, right? Every platform is like a different personality, so we need to make sure that we are enhancing it for a particular platform. So by the end of this, you'll understand what's good for Pinterest and what's good for Instagram. How to create content, and we talked about this in my last masterclass, but remember, we are creating content, yes, but we're also documenting content, right? And my ethos from the last masterclass is done is better than perfect, right? I should put that on a shirt somewhere. Because the idea here is that we want to get as many touch points as possible and get somebody in our community to be a customer, but they can't be a customer unless they trust you and they know who you are, right? So we need to do, my ethos is done is better than perfect, and push out that content as long as it's quality content, right? No spammy stuff, no sales stuff. Talk about your journey and talk about documenting. And we're going to hit a couple of questions too during this. Okay, so okay, great. Okay, so let's zoom out, right? So let's talk about why Instagram. So Instagram is a high engagement platform, right? You think about when you go to Instagram, it's a different personality to when you go to Facebook or Pinterest or TikTok or, whatever platform you're on, right? But it's a way to connect with your audiences, and it's done in a visual way, right? So it's storytelling through visuals. Instagram's focus is on photos and videos and reels, like video/reels. And it allows businesses to tell their brand story in a compelling way, right? So you can showcase products, yes, showcase services, behind the scenes content. You want to create that emotional connection with followers, right? You don't want to spam them, right? So basically what I'm saying is, if you're deciding to put up a post and your post is basically like, I like to call it like a pamphlet or a billboard that says like, oh, this is an amazing item. I've got it in pink, purple, blue, and it's only $10. Don't post it, right? I hope I'm in your head. And I hope I'm in your head to say, don't post it like that, right? If you want to post it as, here is my new, Easter range. I've worked really hard to source this. I found that when I make my Easter range, I use this particular vinyl because I've tried it so many times, and this is what I did to get it, to make it for my son to try, to trial it. See what I'm doing? I'm telling a story, right? I'm not telling you buy my stuff. I'm telling you the story and documenting on how I have brought that product to my collection, right? So again, storytelling through visuals. Now, Instagram's shopping features are quite good. So it means that if you already have a Shopify or a website, you can sync up your products, so that it goes to both, and you can tag them in your content, right? So, and you don't have to have a Shopify, you don't have to have a website, you can actually upload a collection and then be able to tag your products. So then it just helps customers know exactly what your price point is, what your features are, without you having to say so. And also, it means that they don't have to message you to find that information because they need it as quickly as possible, right? So it can turn into a bit of a direct sales channel, and it allows your customers to purchase products directly from their feed or from their stories. Yeah. So you can, as I mentioned, you can connect it with Shopify, or you can just upload a whole bunch of products and do it separately. Now, influencers. So influencers are like, okay, there's multiple types of influencers. The ones that are, that have 1 million followers on their YouTube channel or whatever, TikTok, etc. Or there's influencers as in people that have small audiences, but there's also a third. Did I say three? Two? I meant three. So there's a third pot of people that are influencers within your realm, right? So basically everybody in my community, in my Facebook group, in my multiple Facebook groups is an influencer. So you kind of treat them as, say for example, you're at a barbecue and someone tells you, hey, where did you get that personalized cup from? That person is an influencer, right? They might not have 1 million followers, but they're still able to influence. So we just have to make sure that we use Instagram in a way that we can change that opinion of that influencer, because they have the potential to tell somebody else. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So you want to partner with influencers to either reach a larger or a more targeted audience. So they can introduce your products or services to their followers in a natural and trustworthy manner. So it also means like sometimes some influencers that have big followings, you have to pay their fee, right? Sometimes some people will want to do it in exchange for product, or some people just might love your stuff, right? And that's when you start to see communities being born, which is, that's my favorite. My favorite is building a community and building a whole lot of people that then turn into your influencers, and they're able to propel your message forward, and being able to in that space. Okay, Pinterest. So Pinterest is different, right? So Pinterest is more of an search engine. So when you go to Google and you're like, okay, I don't know how to do this, right? And you type in your question and then it comes up with a whole bunch of articles. Pinterest usership is that same way, right? So Pinterest is a way to collect ideas, to be inspired. When I don't know something, I go to Pinterest and I type in whatever my question is, and a whole lot of articles or blog articles come up, right? So it's a different way of pushing your message out, right? So your messages and your content on Pinterest needs to be helpful, right? And also the best thing about Pinterest is that it's a long shelf life of pins. So sometimes when you pin something, and I'm going to go through a couple of hacks later on how to do this, but Pinterest pins can be discovered years or months after, right? After they're originally posted. So it means that it offers you a longer term journey, and we love longer term, right? If you remember from my last masterclass, you want to make sure you have multiple touch points with somebody. So Pinterest is great for elongating that journey with a potential customer. Okay, so the other thing that Pinterest is really good for is driving traffic. So if you answer a specific question on Pinterest, for example, how do you weed a vinyl decal? Right? And of course, I'm going to talk about reverse weeding, right? But if someone specifically types in that question and my content comes up, I might have a blog post or a video explaining it, right? So then they would click on that and go to my website. And obviously, we want more people on our website and we want more traffic on that. And the same thing goes. If you want to post an Instagram reel and then repost it to Pinterest, that's fine. That means they'll go to your Instagram and you get your traffic that way. Okay. Now I can't see any questions coming through. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Okay. Okay, cool. No other questions. Oh, there's a couple people that want access. I will send you a message later with how to access the business coaching program. Okay. Target audiences. So highlight Pinterest user base. So we want to make sure that your content is targeted, right? So Pinterest, let's be real, is largely female audience. And they usually use it to plan life events. For example, how many of us planned a wedding and the first step that you went to was Pinterest? I know I did, right? Weddings, home renovations, parties. Often I type in cricket inspiration. I even have a board that's called cricket inspiration, right? So you want to make it valuable. Every time you post something on Pinterest, and again, you can automate this, which I'll go through in a second, but you want to make sure that it is as valuable as possible, because Pinterest is an information hub, right? People come to Pinterest because they come in this frame of mind of, I've got to find information. So your content needs to be as informative as possible. Okay, so rich pins. Rich pins, basically, it provides more context, right? Context about an idea. So it includes extra information directly on the pin, and the different types of rich pins, including like product, recipe, article, and app pins, for example. But again, that's more like level 2, right? So let's get the basics set up. Let's get boards set up. Let's get pins set up. And then we can go into rich pins. Pinterest SEO, so I kind of talked about this before. SEO is search engine optimization, right? And the behavior of somebody coming to Pinterest, again, is different, right? So you think about Facebook, you go to Facebook to see what's happening with your friends, funny videos, you might see what's happening in a Facebook group, for example. You go to Instagram to see storytelling and you see visual, amazing content, right? You come to Pinterest to find information. You don't do what you want to, like you don't do the same thing as if it was Instagram and you go to Pinterest for it. No. Right? You might be looking for inspirational content, but it's a different frame of mind. So it means that your content needs to be in the way of how people are used to consuming that content, right? Does that kind of make sense? Okay. So we kind of talked about this last masterclass, but social media and digital marketing is about an ecosystem, right? So when you go through, when you think about any business, whether a small, large, multiple conglomerate, doesn't matter. They have this kind of ecosystem where old school thinking is, okay, I'll just, put up a post and someone will buy from me. No, it doesn't work that way, right? They might go on your social media, they might binge your Facebook and then binge your Instagram and then binge your TikTok, and then all of a sudden, I might have a sale. So then they're like, okay, I'm comfortable enough. Let me try something, right? Same thing. All of these other kind of touch points are ways to have that multiple touch points before someone gets to this section, right? So we have to make sure that Pinterest and Instagram fits into that journey, to make sure that all of those things come into the one place, which is making somebody trust you and making somebody feel like they have a relationship with you enough to be able to purchase, yeah? Because no one wants to buy from a stranger, or, I feel uncomfortable if I'm buying from somebody that I don't know, right? So we want to make them as comfortable as possible, yeah. Okay. Basics across both platforms. So consistency is key. Regular posting can help maintain visibility. So visibility is basically a fancy word of saying in your news feeds more, right? More consistently, so more times in a day or more times over a week, for example. It's really hard sometimes, like some of our content doesn't get seen. Like if I post 10 times a week, probably only 3 of those get seen by the same person, right? So you want to make sure that you are consistently showing up on all of these platforms, right? And I know the next question is going to be, oh my God, it's too much. How am I going to do it? Which we'll get there in a second with the hacks. We want to make sure that there's quality over quantity. So focus on creating high quality, visually appealing content, right? So say, for example, this image here on the side, these are obviously my duffel bags, and these are ones that this I made for myself, this I made for my good friend, and this was an order, right? So because I had all 3 in a row, that this is a Kmart tablecloth that I put over my couch, and this is the corner of my living room, right? But again, I took it in a way with natural light. I took it in a way where it showcases the product. So while it doesn't look completely professional, but it's visually appealing, right? I could have just put this on, on my shoe rack with my shoes next to it and just dumped it on the floor, for example. But it's not as appealing as something like this, right? So there are so many hacks. Like I was just talking to Janine about this yesterday. She went to Bunnings this morning because she got call flute. Those call flute, I think it's like a 6x6 board, basically. And she's going to put that and another board. And that's $6 each, I think. And she's going to stick it together with masking tape, and that's going to be a background, right? And then you can cover that with Kmart contact. They've got the marble contact if you want to use that, or a tablecloth like this. So many ways to elevate the visual quality of your content, right? So again, you want to make sure that the visual content is professional as much as possible, but on a budget. Like we don't have money to hire $1,000, photography professional. We don't have that. So let's do the best that we can with the tools that we have. Okay, engage with your audience. So respond to comments, messages, engage with your followers' content to build a community around your brand. And if you're anything like me, I love it. Like I love it when I get a message and when someone messages me with a question, or someone messages me saying, oh my God, Debbie, I don't know how to do this thing. Like I love it, right? Because it means that they are comfortable enough to talk to me, and I like talking to my community, and I'd like to think that we're on some level friends, right? So you just want to make sure that you are engaging with your audience as much as possible, and if you're like me, it's actually quite enjoyable. Okay, so track analytics. We kind of talked about this last masterclass in the pay group, but just track them, right? So not to say that you need to religiously follow, oh, this post only got 5 likes, or this post only got 10 likes, or this post got 50 likes. No, that's not what I want you to follow. I want you to follow how many views. So every time you post a reel, how many video views was it? I want you to follow if anyone clicked, if anyone shared, if anyone commented. That's the analytics that I want you to track, right? So anybody with a Facebook, Pinterest, or Instagram account, which you can get business accounts for free, you can start gathering some of this information and start gathering some of these analytics. Okay, now the hacks. So now, again, I still can't see comments, but I will come back to them after I finish the live. Okay, So I'm going to show you a couple of hacks. So Tailwind is a really, oh, man, I feel like this is a bit, like, I feel like I'm cheating a little bit with Tailwind because it makes it so easy. So what you want to do is sign up for a Tailwind account. So all you need to do is go to tailwindapp.com, sign up for a free account. Now, also go to Google Chrome. So I'm using Google Chrome, but go to their extensions website, which is somewhere here. I think, yeah, here, extensions. So you can then manage, and then I think if you go manage, and then you'll be able to add more. Yeah, here. So you go Tailwind. Yeah, there you go. So then you just need to add that in, okay? Anyway, I've already got it obviously installed. So every time you go to post on Instagram, or say, for example, I am going to my website, okay? Now, every time I post on Instagram, and I don't do this every day, I probably do it once a month, right? So then I go into profile. Now, every image or every video that I've posted already, I'm going to schedule it to Pinterest, right? So I probably should have started again. Tailwind is a specific Pinterest scheduler, right? Does that make sense? So everything that you put in here will go directly to Pinterest in a time that you schedule. Now, Tailwind is also really good at understanding when people are online. So you actually don't need to tell it when to post it, right? Let me show you. Okay, this picture was one that I posted yesterday. So see here, there's this TW, that's Tailwind, and there's a schedule button. There's also a button here. So if I go here, it comes up there. But it's also a bit buggy, so I would just do it here. Go schedule. It'll bring up this window. And this is the Chrome extension, right? So then you go in here. This is my picture, and I want it to go to the different boards that I have set up, right? So I have one called Canglass Ideas, and then I have another one called Cricket for Business. I have another board called Cricket Hacks, and I also have one that's OTSS, made by OTSS, right? Now, I'm really bad at this, but you should update in here with text, and you should be updating in here with keywords. So then I might say made on my Cricket maker. Yep. Then you just go schedule now, and it does it for you. So it picks the time when people are most online, and it does it for you, right? And that's it. So how easy is that you can do like 10 or 20 in a row? I'm going to do a couple more. So this one, I'm going to do this one. Now, if Kelly's online, I've added your username in here because she tagged me in it, and I love this picture, so I wanted to share it. So then I go schedule, and then the same thing. It will load that board thing again. I'll choose all my boards. So say, for example, if I wanted all the Cricket ones, Cricket Hacks, go Cricket Home, Cricket for Business, and then the made, no, I won't do the made by because I didn't make it, but I can go here. Yeah, okay. Oh, I picked that twice. Anyway, and then, yeah, I'm not going to add anything else after this because if they wanted to, they can just go to my Instagram and see more, right? Go schedule. That's it, right? Then when you go to Tailwind, here, and then you go home, if this wants to show, there's my schedule. See? So on, you know, if I wanted to go look at it at a month in advance, for example, I've got things scheduled on Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday, and I didn't pick those times, right? It's picked those times for me. So at 1 a.m. when I'm sleeping, it will post that for me, right? And here, same thing. There's another one at 1 a.m. Like, it's the same piece of content, yeah, and it will go to multiple different boards, right? But again, another like autopilot, right? Because let's make it less stressful for everybody. Let me do one more just to talk through that process. So let me pick one. Okay. Oh, I meant to say, you can do the same thing for videos. So then I would go in here. Oh, the other way that you could do it is take this, copy the URL, and there's a way to create in here. Yep. And then you just put in your content in here, right? But I find the Chrome extension much easier. Yeah. So then I might do, let's do another one. I want to do this one. No, I don't want that. I don't know, this one. No, I don't want that one either. This one, okay. Because, no, I thought that was an image. Start again. The hardest thing is to decide, right? But if you want to, you just do all of them. Anyway, let me pick this one. This one by Star by Lily. Okay, go schedule. Okay, here we go. It just refreshes a second. Here we go, same thing. So again, so see here, it's tagged her. This is Lily's username and her page. So then I would go cricket, and then maybe I'll do a craft one. Easter crafting, there we go, and cricket ideas. There we go, schedule. How good is that, right? So every day something on Pinterest will go out and you don't have to lift a finger. Yeah. Oh, I have 32 wet. Okay, I'll look at that later. But you kind of see where I'm going with this, right? The key here with Pinterest is you want to be available when somebody has searched for you, right? And if it means that you are drip feeding some of this content every couple of days, there's a new pin, right? It just allows more people to find you. So, and again, it's completely free to get Tailwind and completely free to start a Pinterest account. So let's just try it and see how we go. Okay, so I'm hoping, let me just go back. Let me go back to camera. See, how fancy is this program? Okay, so I can't see any, oh no, there are. Okay, so hashtags important. Okay, so hashtags, I can't see who asked this question, but I'll answer it. So hashtags are important in Instagram and in Pinterest, right? So there's conflicting information to say that some people say hashtags don't really mean anything, but I still think they have a part to play. So it's really important to use the hashtags that you think your audiences are looking at, right? So my audiences are crafters, DIY, maybe cricket crafting, wedding DIY, that type of hashtag, right? But yours might be mums, or yours might be, who wants to buy a personalized bottle? Mums or family gifts or, personalized presents or personalized gifting or whatever, right? So look at what those hashtags are. And if you get stuck, go to ChatGPT, sign up for a ChatGPT account, tell ChatGPT, give me 10 hashtags to do with insert, like who your key audiences are. And then copy and paste that in your notes app or on your phone somewhere. So each time you post it, you can copy it in and you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, it's another hack for you. But I think it's really important to use hashtags because it's another way for your audiences to find you. Yeah. And the same thing goes for Pinterest. So in the same way that I did the Tailwind thing and I uploaded, I talked about my username being there already. You just do the same thing with hashtags. Yeah. Okay, so let me keep going. Okay, so now I was going to concentrate more so on Instagram, but last masterclass we did a deep dive already into it. So instead, I'm going to show you how to schedule in Meta. So Meta Business Suite is a free program that Facebook owns, right? So basically, if you go into your Meta Business Suite and you have a business page already and you have an Instagram page already, you are able to start scheduling content in, right? So you just go in here and you go into this content tab. Now, all this is the content that I've already kind of planned and scheduled in. Well, you guys are going to get a sneak peek into it. Oh. Anyway, this is what doubled up yesterday, so my bad. Okay, so you want to go create post. Now, most of the time my images are on my phone and it's supposed to be synced, but it never is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to airdrop a photo. So let me just airdrop that in. I'll airdrop it to my computer, or you can email it to yourself or whatever works for you. There we go. Now, I upload it from my desktop and I go here. There's that photo. Is that the photo? Yeah. This photo I took at a cafe. Do you believe that? And this is obviously my diary, but I thank God they had good latte art and I ate that straight after. It's amazing. And I just did it on my phone. Okay, so then we go here. Now, oh, that's not opening. Okay, so then I go here. Where is that photo? Yeah. Okay, it's just going to take a second. Let me just do this way. So then I go into my downloads, my very messy downloads. I go here and I drag. Oh, doesn't work. Okay. Try again. Let me just try another photo. This one. Okay, so this one's Holly. Holly made this last month for Craft Club. She's finished all of her creations, which is amazing. So we just go in there. Add your photo in. Now, the sizing doesn't really matter unless you're going to Instagram, right? So Instagram, you can change your sizing. So you just go in here and it'll give you the sizing already. So you might go vertical, but that doesn't really work, right? So I'm just going to go original. Probably square. It chops off some, so I won't do it. I'll just go original. So I didn't change anything. That's why the apply button's not there, but I'll just go cancel. Now, this is, oh, Janine's calling me. Is there something wrong? Janine's calling me. I think it's okay. She would have kept calling. Maybe it was a butt dial. I think you're online, Janine. How funny is that? Anyway, okay, so then you just go in here and you type in, check out this amazing haul by Holly. Now, I've already scheduled this and posted it, so I'm not going to. But then you'd go in here and say, for example, if you wanted the same text to go to Instagram and Facebook, you can. Then you just add in your hashtags here because Facebook hashtags aren't very good, right? So you just go here, craft, cricket, DIY. There you go. Then you set the time. So you just go, okay, so most of the time I guess the time that most people I think are online. But if you're a mum like me, the times that you probably have any time to yourself is probably 9 o'clock at night, right? So a lot of my content goes at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So then I might go here, I change the time, 9 p.m. Then I'd go here, 9 p.m. There we go. Then I go schedule and that's it. So at 9 p.m. on the 9th of March, right? It will post it for me. So then you don't have to stress about, oh my God, I've got nothing going out today, etc. Right? So you want to make sure. Oh, Janine is calling me. Did it cut out? Oh. Okay, great. That's so annoying. No, thanks, Janine. So I'm obviously live and she's just anyway, let me talk to the camera. Thanks. So Janine told me that I forgot to change my screen. So sorry, guys. I was just talking to myself for a while and thinking that you guys could see, but you can't. So let me do that again, okay? Okay. So all I'm doing here is as I mentioned before, like you just need to sign up for Meta Business Suite, which is a free account. Then you go, once you've signed up in here, say for example, let me just discard that. Okay, so once you're in here, go to this content tab here, right? Now, I mentioned before I airdropped my photo, but if you're organized, all your photos should be on your computer already, but I'm just not organized. So then all I need to do is upload from desktop here, pick my photo. So this was the one that I used before. Upload that in. Now, what I was showing before was to crop the photo if you wanted to. So as I mentioned, like, Instagram can be a little bit funny. So sometimes they like a square post or they like the vertical. But then see this image, half of it's chopped out. So I won't change it. I just go original, right? So it just means you might get some bars on the top and on the bottom. But that's okay on my point of view. So, and then because I haven't changed anything, the apply button won't turn up. But see here, it's apply now. So I'm just going to change it to original and I'm just going to go cancel. Okay. Now this is where the magic happens. So if I wanted to add text and say, thanks Holly for sharing your amazing haul. Hope you are loving Craft Club. Right? So then if you wanted to, you can change this text for Facebook and for Instagram. So if I go here, then I can go, say I want to change something slightly. I might want to, I don't know, make this line first. I go copy, and then I go all the way to the end, and then I go paste. Yeah? So then on Facebook, it will post this, but on Instagram, it will post this. Right? So it depends on who your audiences is. You might want to do more hashtags here, for example. And DIY, for example, right? Because you know that, you know, I mentioned this before, but Facebook hashtags aren't very good, right? They don't actually work. If you click on something, a hashtag on Facebook, it doesn't really go anywhere, right? But for Instagram, you can actually find a lot of content based on hashtags, right? So I would include them on Instagram, but not so much on Facebook. Anyway, then you'd go set your time. So I was mentioning before, on the 9th of March, I'm going to make it go live at 9 p.m. because if you're a mum like me, I talked about this before, you probably won't be on social media until then, or at least, you know, you want some chill time. So yeah, So yeah, so then all you need to do is go schedule, and then at 9 p.m. on the 9th of March, it will go, right? So I'm not going to schedule, actually, you know what, I'll schedule it just so you guys can see. Let's make it on the 11th of March, and I just have to make sure that I cancel that. I'll do it straight after I show you guys. But it will go schedule. It will do this round around thing for a while, but you can see here on my calendar, so if I go month, here, what did I say? On the 11th? Yeah, there we go. So on the 11th at 21 o'clock, 9 p.m., all these posts will go live, right? So it's just another way. Like, you could spend half an hour over your lunch break, if you're still working, you know, over your lunch break, scheduling some of this content in, and then not have to worry about it for the week. And let's make it easier for everybody, right? So let me go in and I'll show you how to cancel them, because I don't want this one to go live. So all I'm doing here is, oh, that's another post. This one, oops, cancel, return back, and then here. Month. So all I'm doing is going into the post, yeah, and then I'll delete it. So I just go into these three dots, delete, delete. And I think I had it on Facebook and on Instagram, didn't I? So that one was gone, this one. So then I go here, three dots, delete. Then I'll refresh it and it should be gone. So all I did was press enter on the URL and yeah, it's gone. So let me just, sorry, go back here. This is the day that it was, the 11th, sorry. So it's gone. So see how easy that is, right? You could spend half an hour, 45 minutes, just as long as you have the images already, right? So one of the things that I taught in my last masterclass was to have a bank of content. So you could go out and, you know, once you've made one item, go out into, you know, have one picture of your item on a plain white background, as in probably just your table, right? And then you might go outside and do it in front of the hedge, take a photo in front of the hedge. Then you might do one with a coffee cup next to it. That's 3 pieces of content you already have. Right? So spend half an hour to get the content first, then come in here and schedule them and do it for the next week or 2 weeks or month, or whatever you have time for. And there's your content, right? It's already done. Yeah. So I hope that helps. Oh, who said that? Oh my God, I did not know I could change the wording. You mean you're talking about Facebook posts or in Pinterest? Anyway, I will read back onto the comments because, oh, look at your text. So that's Janine, obviously, trying to tell me to look at my text. I didn't see. Anyway, okay, so that comes to the end of the masterclass. I was going to go deep dive into Instagram and Instagram Reels, but I kind of did that last time. But I'm going to leave this time open to any kind of questions. So again, I can't see your names, which is really annoying. But anyway, I'm going to go through and talk through, answer you via messages and comments. But I hope you found that helpful. And now I hope that it opens up the possibility of you learning more about social media as a tool to help you, right? So even if it means you schedule one post a week across Pinterest, one post a week across Instagram, and one post a week on Facebook, that's 3 more posts that you have already done. And that's 3 more that than you had, right? Because right now probably it's all a bit just too hard. It's all a bit too hard. And I feel you, because sometimes it's just a lot. It's a lot to manage, right? Like, you're trying to get customers, you're trying to figure out what products you want to sell, and you're also trying to build relationships with people and build relations with people online, and it can be a lot. So I'm hoping that these hacks will help you. As I mentioned to you guys, if you want to have more in-depth training and one-on-one coaching, I can send you access to the new program that I'm going to be a coach for. But also there is this option, right? So the OTSS Business Crafters group is completely free. The Business Hacks group, which again is crafters and non-crafters, it's only $29 a month to join, and you can cancel at any time. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. I am going to learn more about this fandangled computer program thing to make my lives better. But I'm so glad that you guys could join me either on live or on replay. So I'm really glad to be here. And as always, hit me up with any questions, just message me. If I don't get back to you straight away, I will eventually. If I don't, just keep hounding me. That's okay. I don't mind. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Bye.